Welcome back, everyone. Your loyal Captain Given 100 has returned yet again for another video for you guys today. Sorry I've been gone so long. Doesn't matter why, but anyway, let's get right back into it. I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. So with this being said, now I'm promising you guys, I'm gonna be more consistent nowadays. It doesn't matter what time, doesn't matter how much stuff goes on. I'm gonna be consistent with this. I'm trying to get back into the groove of YouTube. We're stuck at like almost 400 subs. Come on, gotta get back to our former glory, and I gotta fucking put the effort into it. No more of this half-ass shit. So let's go. Anyways, by the picture, this is What If Tatsumi Fought for the Empire Part 2. I'm gonna try to end off this series here in this part, because I honestly don't see it going any farther. Because, well, if you watch Akame ga Kill, the anime series, it really doesn't go that deep, but it's still a pretty good anime. But still, I recommend you watch it. Also, I've been binge watching for a bit anyway, so I wanted to start off by finishing off this series here. And to tell you right now, I never read the manga. Nah, the manga and the anime have their own adaptations, so I feel like, you know what, I can do my own adaptation for this. So you know what, let's do it, and let's start it. You know what, no intro, we're just gonna get right into the video. Let's start. So, quick recap, everybody. In part 1, I gave Tatsumi the powers of an ancient Saiyan called Shallot. He's non-canon, but he's from the Dragon Ball Legends game. If you guys play that, he's the main OC that we play as. So, I just wanted to give a quick recap. And since Tatsumi is fighting for the Empire, he is dating Esdeath willingly in this one. And they're about to go on their first few missions and all that. So I'm going to try to end off this series here. That way I can focus on much more interesting stuff for you guys. So with that being said, quick recap done. Let's get into it. So their first mission... Hold on, I got to do something cooler than this. You know what? Now I'm going to leave it like this. Anyway, Empire's first mission is just to take down a couple of rebel bases and all that. I mean, you guys have met like the Empire's highest group before. So honestly, it's nothing really special. When Tatsumi is just going around stopping the rebels, this makes things a whole lot easier for them because he's like just a giant motherfucking powerhouse. I mean, for real, bro. Guy can go around and pretty much one-tap anybody, and that makes it easier. And because these are rebels, they can't allow these guys to live, so Tatsumi is literally just, you know, taking them out. I did the thumb across the neck there if you guys didn't notice, so I had to make that noise. So, with this being said, this drastically changes the story. And I know what some of you might be asking, well, how is Night Raid gonna fare against this powerhouse? Quickest answer, they really don't, but I still want to make a compelling story, and I don't want it to end in just a few moments. So I'm gonna try to make this as interesting as I can. But while this is going on, let's move on to the Night Raid situation on how this is going. So let's move on to the other side real quick and see how it affects them. Okay, so on Night Raid's side, things aren't really looking all too great because once the cat girl and I think the green-haired guy, yeah, once the cat girl and the green-haired guy pretty much like saw Tatsumi get taken away and he's fighting for the Empire. I mean, he wanted to fight for them anyway, but that doesn't really matter. They went back and told their boss, and things are terrible for them because they hear all the word gets out about how strong he is. And, well, they saw that he was able to, like, pretty much beat Esdeath into a standstill. Well, he wasn't really trying, but it was just showing off, but still. But anyway, when word gets out how strong Tatsumi really is, Night Raid has to change their plans by like a long shot. They can't just go in hoping willy-nilly. I mean, but still. Bulan already told Tatsumi that they could die at any time. So, honestly, it's not really a bad situation. But, well, it is a bad situation for them. But it just went from bad to straight up fucking terrible. I gotta stop cussing in my videos. I really need to stop. Anyway, that situation on how it goes. The mission without Tatsumi's would play the same. So, how do I describe this? Wait, man, their members would be dropping like flies, honestly. So, how do I explain this? Okay, Tatsumi wasn't there for that one episode, but anyway, Shell and Mine... these two are getting taken out fairly quickly, and like almost with the first battle that we see. So let's cut back over to how that's gonna go. So Tatsumi is still meeting this girl. I swear, yeah, guys. Even though I was binge watching, I kind of forgot most of the cast here. So meeting this girl, but I do know the dog. The dog's name is Kurame, so it's fine. But she joined the Empire because she wanted to face it off against evil rebels. All that crap goes on. You know how it goes. And this girl here was able to beat Shell and Mine just by herself and that dang dog. Now imagine what's gonna happen if Tatsumi's there with her. It's a straight up slaughter. Ain't nobody's getting away. So I'm sorry to tell you guys, but Shell and Mine do not make it out. No, they do not. They are dead out there. And I don't really know how else to specify that, but Night Raid, after Shell and Mine didn't come back after a few days, they pretty much assumed the worst, which is pretty much them being dead there. So that's already that thing. They're already down 2 fucking members, bro, and it was not even bad. Crazy enough, nobody on the Empire side suffered that much damage. I mean, you can't damage Tatsumi's skin anyway because he's too durable, but still. All right, after taking out 2 members, next would be Bulot. Oh boy. Honestly, he died canonically anyway on the ship, and without Tatsumi there, or even if somebody was with them, I think the green hair guy, I think Bulot would still die in that situation. And Incursio would have to go to somebody else. We're just gonna say it goes to the green hair guy because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Anyway, next person to die, please. Give me a second. Back on Tatsumi's side, him and Esdeath are getting to know each other a lot more. Esdeath does tell Tatsumi about her secrets and everything, and Tatsumi does tell her about his. And it's pretty scary because Esdeath one day asked Tatsumi to show his full power, and that's the thing, he does. And holy crap, Esdeath realized she hit the jackpot with this guy, because number one thing here, Tatsumi's beyond stronger than anyone on the planet. Esdeath did fight Tatsumi, and oh boy, how do I say this? Tatsumi beat Esdeath without any freaking effort. Esdeath still came up with her time and space freezing ability, but honestly, what could she do in that moment? Tatsumi's too freaking durable to even be cut by her freaking blade, and even then, after it wears off, Esdeath wouldn't kill him anyway because he's just too valuable. So honestly, she completely submits to Tatsumi as his strength is just incomparable to the rest of them. Any freaking way. Okay. Back on Night Raid's side, the girl who can transform it and disguise herself as people and still eats candy do still show up. And Susanoo does, a human type Imperial arms show up as well. Oh boy. This is just not gonna end well for anybody on Night Raid's side. I realize how OP I made Tatsumi, but at the same time, I love it and I don't really care. Oh damn, almost in the span of 10 to 15 minutes, this series is gonna be over. Yeah, I don't feel like dragging this video on anyway. I gotta move on to much better things. Okay, so what next? I think it'll be Susanoo's death. Oh wait, hold on, not yet. Okay, the new Danger Beast on the mountain. I got it. So the Tatsumi and Esdeath episode on the island. So let's cut to that real quick then. So, okay, they get teleported to the island like normal. All this crap does happen. And, oh boy, it's pretty much the same thing that goes as canon. Giant Danger Beast shows up. Tatsumi just straight up blows the dang thing up without any issue. I mean, since they're obviously together, you know what they end up doing. This is not an 18+ series, though, so I'm not describing that. It's just moments. You guys know the moments that, you know what, if you guys watch the series, you know what Esdeath was trying to do. It was pretty obvious, so that ends up happening. And crazy enough, they end up getting teleported back. So finally, okay, now on to more death and destruction, because we just got to get this series over with. I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. Anyway, oh, hold on, let me switch this over. This is too good. This is too much. Anyway, okay, so back to it. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. The green-haired guy and the freaking, oh yeah, the candy girl with the disguiser, she ends up dying too. It's pretty crazy because with Tatsumi on their side, they literally cannot be stopped. He's pretty much like their first line of offense. Man, screw a first line of defense. He's the first line of offense. So these guys end up getting beaten real easily, and crazy enough, nobody ends up dying on the Empire's side. They even go to freaking other rival groups and take them out because they're just that strong. Oh, man. Sorry about that, y'all. But anyway, continuing on. Wow, we really don't have much people left. It's just the cat girl, Akame, and the boss now. Dang. Alright, until finally they realize they have to go just a full frontal assault on this, because if they don't take Tatsumi out now with the rest of them, it's pretty much going to be over. Sorry about that. Okay, so and Curcio has to be given to somebody else. Dang. Okay, screw it. At this point, it just goes to Akame because she's like their best bet. And when the Empire's like queen or ruler, who's like a child, I guess, I don't know, turns into that giant monster and everything, like the thing is, I'm gonna throw you guys for a loophole here. Now the Empire has grown so well, Esdeath plans an entire takeover. So with Tatsumi by her side, the giant thing that their empress turns into, Tatsumi just freaking ends up taking that thing out and just completely eradicating it. Now him and Esdeath will be the ones ruling the Empire. There will always be war. Even if I have to, I'll start one myself, as Death would usually say. So now, like, a big fight would just ensue. Esdeath has to be the one who fights the boss and the cat lady, while Tatsumi... You know what, now, Esdeath and the rest of her generals and stuff will be taking on the rest of, the cat girl, the boss, and the rest of the rebellion, while Tatsumi ends up taking on Akame. And let me tell you, it's like almost a one-sided beatdown, because Tatsumi realizes he can't really play with Akame, so he does end up using his Saiyan forms. But he immediately jumps this is going to be fun. You know what, I'm going to cycle through the forms. Tatsumi in his base form realizes he can't really play around with her. Alright then, screw it. Bam! Super Saiyan. And now, Akame has to be a lot more serious in this, because she doesn't know what this guy's going to throw out. But they have, oh yeah, also Susanoo had to die too, so, I mean, that was still a thing. You know what, I left Susanoo alive for this very purpose, because, Tatsumi never got captured because he's not in this story in the actual canon. So Susanoo stayed alive. That's why Esdeath and the rest of her generals had to go and fight the others. So Tatsumi cycling through the forms, Super Saiyan, and now let's move on. Super Saiyan 2, and he's starting to pressure, he's starting to put the pressure on Akame now. But she's still, like, keeping up just fine, even though she's pushing herself. But Tatsumi realizes he's not even close to being serious. Not yet. And everyone thinks he's bluffing, like, even the generals, but Esdeath knows he has a lot more power in store. As now Tatsumi pulls a Goku and he transforms into a Super Saiyan 3. This is just straight up ridiculous now. As now when he rushes at Akame, he ends up beating her into the ground. She can't keep up with this in her base form, so she uses her trump card, and now she's actually outpacing Tatsumi here. But hey, who said he was done? As he recalls for more power, and he ends up transforming again. Super Saiyan 4 up in this biznitch. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4. I gave it a good thing. Just how many times? And he still can't keep up with Akame. He's barely keeping up with her, and Akame telling him to give up no matter what he does, he can't win. Oh really? As he kicks Akame away, as he goes back down to his base form and unleashes his godly ki. Yep, I gave him godly ki. Why? Cause F it. Cause F it, that's why. Now, tide of the battle changing completely, as Esdeath and the rest of her generals end up taking out the rest of the guys. And they see that Tatsumi's playing with her. Esdeath tells Tatsumi to stop playing and just finish her off, which Tatsumi just says, fine, as he finally unleashes everything he has, and he transforms once again. He shows everyone his full power of Super Saiyan Blue. Crud. So now, Akame just gets completely overwhelmed. She could have been overwhelmed from the very beginning, but Tatsumi was still holding back. You guys want to know a secret? Super Saiyan 4 was way overkill for Akame's full power, even her trump card. Tatsumi just kept limiting himself because he wanted to show everybody his true power. But once he actually went all out and said, alright, I'm gonna kill you now, Tatsumi couldn't do it. Oh wait, as Tatsumi was just dogging the F out of Akame. She couldn't do a dang thing. Just one wild cannon blast and she's completely erased. And that's pretty much it. Everybody ends up dying. Tatsumi and Esdeath take over the Empire, and there's pretty much no one to pretty much upheed their rule. I mean, a few years later, I mean, good things do happen. I mean, because of this, Tatsumi and Ezda do live a really great life. And I mean, the village that Tatsumi is from, they heard about what had happened, and they're kind of proud of him because he achieved his dreams in the end. But that's still not it. Because after a few more months, it reveals that Esdeath was pregnant, and well, you guys already know stuff like this would eventually happen sooner or later. But with that being said, I pretty much completed this series. What if Tatsumi fought for the Empire finale? But anyway, Jesus Christ! Dang, did you guys hear that crack when I cracked my neck? Woo! All right. Anyway, with that being said, this was the series finale. What if Tatsumi fought for the Empire? Hope you guys did enjoy this. I probably could have fleshed this out a bit more, but I was like, you know what? Nah, I've got other videos to worry about. This video right here shouldn't be in the back of my mind. With that being said, I already ended it off. So I'm already thinking of plans for the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. So there's no outro. Just click off the goddamn video. As whatever, you guys know what it's like. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Peace, guys.